Hi, I'm Vince, and in this sponsored video, I want to give you my honest review of this Tastee Air Fryer, Cooker, and Dehydrator, because it does all of those things. What I'm first going to do is talk to you about some of the features, but then stick around because I'm also going to answer 5 of the most commonly asked questions about it, and then I'll demonstrate it for you. So we'll cook up some chicken strips we have and let you see how it does. But some of the things that you get with this are the air fryer manual, which has a lot of actually really, the information in it is really well done. I want to show you some of the way it's laid out here. The instructions are very, very clear on everything that happens and everything you get. And when you get back here, it has a nice chart here for cooking, telling you the doneness for steak, fish, chicken breast, pork, and how to use it. Then it gives you for each of the modes, it tells you how to set the modes for steak, for fish, for pork. So it's a pretty thorough, for chicken, it's a pretty thorough instruction guide. Has a whole section on using the air fryer, the slow cooker, and the dehydrator. So the instruction booklet is excellent. You also get this 50 recipe with pictures cookbook. So couldn't think of the word there. And again, this has some really neat features in it. Shows you how to use the probe that comes with it. And like I said, lots of pictures. Shows you how the probe should be inserted into the different types of meats, which is really, really smart. Shows you some of the different internal temperature and doneness result. So I mean, this is very, very handy, what they give you here. Shows you how to do different foods. Then here's a list of all the recipes, and they're all color-coded: meats, fast meals, vegetables, snacks, desserts, low fat, and then you get into the recipes. And look at that. So this is actually very well done as well. Inside, you get the cooking rack, so it can be used this way. People actually put slices of toast in here, and you can toast them in there. It can be up like that. Inside, you have this little pan that you can remove. It kind of stays in the bottom when you're cooking. Everything is ceramic coated, so no Teflon. All ceramic, non-stick. You don't have to use butters, sprays, or anything like that. So that's very handy and a nice feature. Something that's really cool, I'm just going to move this over here a little bit. Something that's really cool is it has a built-in probe for your meat. You just open this little box here. There's the probe. And what you do when you want to make sure the internal temperature of your food is a certain temperature, whether it's steak or fish or pork, you put the probe into the thickest part of the meat. You put the other end of the probe in there, and it will tell you the temperature. So you'll know when that meat is at the temperature you want. So that's a great little feature. Another little just quality of life feature is this for the cord. It's not just a cord holder, but you can see it's got plugs for all the different types of adapters you could possibly use on this. So of course here I'm in the United States, so I'm just wrapping it around like this. And then I just plug into the 2 plugs there, and it holds it on like that. So pretty nifty little quality of life hack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in, bring the camera up closer to the screen so you can see some of the settings and different things that are on the screen. But before I actually cook with it, we'll go over the screen, and then we'll talk about some of the most commonly asked questions. So here it is plugged in, and you can see you got the power button on. And once I turn that on, you're going to see all the features this has. Some of them are just so cool. So that's how it comes on. You see the Tastee there? So that's really cool. And up here is the quick guide right here. You can pick steak. And if you do, you'll notice, now maybe you don't notice, but I got to show you. It says New York strip steak. You can use these arrow buttons to select the different steaks. Now it's got ribeye showing. Click it again. It's got filet. So it does that for each of these. You can go to chicken. And if you're on chicken, you got a selection of wing right there. or you can get the leg, and I think it does breast. So that's kind of cool. Hit pork, it'll do pork chop, it'll do, again, each one of them has several. Even the French fries have quarter inch round, 3/8, and wedges. So that is a really cool feature, and they're preset for that. But even when you pick one of those, you can still go ahead and put your own temperatures in there. If you like it a little cooked a little hotter, a little longer, whatever, you can still adjust, but they're preset right from the beginning. And like I said, the arrow buttons move you back and forth. There's this T button, which is actually a DIY button. It's a do-it-yourself. You press that and it lets you adjust any of the settings you want for those preset things. One of the cool features too that most air fryers don't have, this has a light. So you can actually see inside and see your food cooking, which I think is actually fantastic. The other thing that's really great about this is it's not just an air fryer. It can do, as you can see up there, it can do slow cook and it can dehydrate, which is actually fantastic. If you want to do beef jerky, chicken jerky, turkey jerky, you want to do bananas, strawberries, whatever it is you want to dehydrate and have dried, this can do it for you. So tons of great features. Now, before I demonstrate it, let me answer some of the most commonly asked questions. So here's what customers just like me and you want to know about this Tastee air fryer, slow cooker, and dehydrator. One is, how large is the cooking basket? It's 5.5 quarts. So it's not huge, but like for me and my wife, a family of 2, it's perfect. I think you could even cook food in here for a family of 3. So 5.5 quarts, it's 14 inches deep, 10 inches wide, and 12 inches tall. So it's got a good amount that it can hold. What does the smart temperature probe do? And I explained that a little bit already. When you want to cook a steak, for instance, you can pick the temperature that it's going to cook at. It has a default temperature, but you can set it. That's the temperature it's going to get the air fryer up to. But you can set a separate temperature for the probe to read. So let's say you want the inside of your steak to be 180 degrees. You can tell it, bring the box up to 280 and stop it when the internal temperature is 180. And you can do that for obviously fish, pork, chicken, whatever. So that's a really cool feature. I don't see a lot of air fryers with that. What is the maximum cooking temperature? It's 450 degrees. And that's another great feature because most air fryers top out around 400. Maybe they give you 425. So you get a little more range here with this. I already answered this, but people still wonder, is there any Teflon? People don't like the Teflon now, the no sticking. And these baskets use ceramic non-stick coating. So there's no Teflon. It's free from the PFSAs, the PFOAs, and the PTFEs. So don't have to worry about any of your food getting contaminated. And finally, is it easy to clean? And yes, it is a breeze to clean because everything is ceramic coated. So you just pull everything out, wash it right off. The only thing that takes a little bit of elbow grease sometimes, depending on what you cook, is that metal rack. But that can go in the dishwasher. It can be washed up nice and clean. So those are some of the most commonly asked questions. Now let's demonstrate it. So we're going to heat up these Perdue chicken breast tenders. I should probably do a review for these because these are really good. But we're going to cook them up, and they do actually have air fryer instructions. Preheat the air fryer to 350. And then place a single evenly spaced layer on there. So that's what we're going to do. It's about 3 minutes left. Let's just have a little look inside. And look at that. I love that you can just look in there. Oh yeah, starting to bubble up nicely. That's a fantastic feature. So they're done. 7 minutes is up. The light on, you can take a look at them. But we can take a look at them like this. We'll just pull this out. And there they are. That is perfect. They're not burnt. They're not underdone. They are perfectly done, and they're going to be delicious. Now, before I conclude with my final comments, I'm going to pause because I want to show you something else that this has that a lot don't have. It has an app. There's an app that lets you control functions, and the controlling the functions isn't the part that I think is cool. The biggest thing is something really simple. The app alerts you when it's done. So what'll happen is I can set this like this was 7 minutes. I can go off and do whatever I'm doing. I don't have to listen for the ding, come back in and check. I just wait for the app. The app tells me it's done, it's ready. The app will also tell me, like if it's French fries, it'll alert me and say, hey, we've paused the cooking, you need to go in and flip them. So you just shake the basket. Or it'll actually tell you to shake. Something else it might tell you to flip. It's time to flip it. It'll do that right on the main screen here too. But if you've got the phone and the app, you can be anywhere you want in the house and it's going to alert you and you just come back. So it frees you up tremendously. So let me just show you briefly the app. So here's the Tastee app right there. And one of the really cool things is the first thing you get to is the recipes. There's tons and tons of recipes in here and you can search for recipes, and that's just such a cool thing. You've got settings that you sign in, create an account, pick the temperature, Celsius or Fahrenheit, which you can also do from the top of the unit. Pick which appliance you have. My cooks, it'll put things you've cooked in there. It'll give you a history of the things. I haven't set this all up yet, but really, really cool features to the app. And the biggest thing is the alerts, getting you the alerts. So there you have it. You got to see exactly how it works. You got to see a little bit of the app, and you probably already know, I think this is fantastic. I really love all the features. I love the app, mostly just the alerts. I can let this go and go do what I need to do and be alerted when something needs to be done. That's fantastic. And it's great for summertime too. I mean, we use it year round, but we're down in the south. It's hot here a lot. And cooking with this, it saves a lot of the heat that's coming off of our stove. Instead of heating up the whole kitchen with the stove, we can just pop this out and it does a job for us. So if you're watching this video, you're obviously in the market for an air fryer. This is an air fryer, slow cooker, and dehydrator all in one. So obviously this caught your eye, and rightfully so. It is a great unit. It has a ton of features. So do this. Go ahead, put one in your cart. You've got nothing to lose. Give it a try for a couple of weeks. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description below. It'll open your Amazon account and take you right to this product page where you can pop it in your cart there. And just think how excited you'll be. Like I was when this came, I was so excited to get it out of the box, get it hooked up and try it, and I have not been disappointed. I'm confident that if you give this a try, you're going to love it as much as I do.